This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam, in for Tori. We miss you, Tori.
Yes.
Okay, so we were out for the past week on vacation, so we want to hear about what everybody did. Erica?
Well, I was with my family for Camp Cobb.
Yes.
We enjoy Camp Cobb each year.
That
There's
sounds
a
like
lot
the
of
hardest
outdoor
boot
activities.
camp the Army
yes. Yeah, we went to a winery. After we went, we were at a winery after the 4th, and of course it was my mom's birthday on the 5th, and all the girls in the comeback dresses and all of that. So yeah, the kids were out and about. I don't get to show the kids as much, but but yeah, we had a lot of fun.
I like you and Anthony on the tractor.
Yeah, we were the tractor at the winery.
I just love the matching T-shirts. That is so Black family. Every amusement park is go Williams.
What about you, Al?
I took the kids to their first baseball game, and it was 4th of July, so the Rockies did it big.
Oh, what?
You get a chance to go on the field. So Jeff, take your kids, and you can watch the fireworks from the field. I did the garage. We did s'mores. I got sick right after that. Me, not in a bad way, just old people. I was like, I'm at 2 s'mores, and your stomach's like, that's it, buddy. And me and my girl were both like, one more s'more would have been real ugly, but it was a great time.
Yeah. S'more is how you say it?
Yeah, it's s'mores.
What do you say?
S'mores.
Not some more.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You had some more.
Yes, that is the problem. One too many more s'mores. Jeff, what'd you do, man?
So many people went to that fireworks show because they're like, oh, we're taking the kids. I'm like, my buddy Al's there.
Yeah.
But whatever. I just said that all weekend. I just hung out, man. I had some friends come into town, did some paddle boarding up at Chatfield until it got E. coli over there, and then it's a whole thing.
What happened?
It's got E. coli.
Who did?
What do you mean who? The lake.
Oh, but you didn't get E. coli.
No.
But you went paddleboarding in an E. coli lake?
I did, yeah.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Yeah, all right. I think we would know by now.
Yeah, I think but whatever. It was fun. It was nice, but I'm glad to be back. You know what I mean? I could only do so much debauchery to my body in 1 week, you know?
Yes.
How about you, Sam?
We were in Santa Cruz. It was lovely with family. We did lots of beach days. Sophie got to boogie board for the first time, and she thought she was like a total surfer girl. She loved every moment of it. And then we took them, so Santa Cruz has like an iconic boardwalk. There's Miles and Sophie. Sophie and her boogie board felt very cool. And then, Miles for like 4 hours fed the ocean. This is him feeding the ocean. Literally for 4 hours. He just threw mud into the ocean, watched the ocean take the mud away, and he thought the ocean was eating the mud. It was the best babysitter ever.
I love it. Yes, there's nothing like how tired kids are after the beach. Where you're just like, oh, mom and dad get a little downtime.
Totally.
Kids are so worn out. It's the best.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Well, we hope that you all had a fantastic 4th of July week as well. I'm wondering if anybody checked into the whole Barbie movie premiere.
No.
You didn't. Okay. I was following the looks because the looks were quite cute. So to that point, one of the biggest movies premiering this summer, we've been talking about it, is the new Barbie movie. Stars from the film hit the pink carpet in Los Angeles last night for the world premiere. Margot Robbie, who plays Barbie, ditched the pink to wear a gorgeous black, sparkly, strapless trumpet gown with a diamond choker, and the look was inspired by the original Barbie, Solo in the Spotlight doll from 1960. And this is no coincidence. A lot of Margot's looks while doing press are Barbie-inspired, including this pink and white blazer that Margot wore that matched with the Day to Night Barbie from 1985. Margot also wore this pink Versace dress with a sequins bodice that was also inspired by the Day to Night Barbie. Then there's this hot pink polka dot mini dress inspired by the Pink and Fabulous Barbie from 2015. There was also this black and white stripe. This is my favorite. Yep. Yeah, this looks like the very first Barbie. That was from 1959. And check out this 60s inspired patterned mini dress that looks a lot like the Total Hair Barbie from 1992. And finally, Margot wore this pink Balmain dress with silver earrings and belt inspired by the Earring Magic Barbie from 1992. Okay.
Right.
A lot of looks. The Barbie movie hits theaters July 21st and is already getting Are you ready for this, Al? Some Oscar buzz. Yes, yes, yes. DBL Nation, we want to hear from you. Will you be going to see it? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Why the groans?
Look, I know people think I'm going to attack this movie. I saw 2 or 3 clips from this. I legitimately laughed. I legitimately laughed at this. I mean, I feel like this has a chance if they can win me over. Like I forgot what I saw it in we went to go see Asteroid City. I saw the
oh, was it good?
The premiere. I loved Asteroid City, and I saw the trailer for this, and I thought it was legitimately funny. So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everybody has a connection with Barbie, whether you were like your sister was playing with it and you were a little boy who thought Barbie was stupid but then secretly played with your sister. You know, like there's always something that connects you to. Barbie's been a pop culture phenomenon forever at this point, so of course people are interested in seeing it.
I just think it's funny because out of all the people getting the Oscar buzz, it's Ryan Gosling,
yeah, it's the
and
Ken.
Everyone's downplaying the Ken guy, Al. He's going to get his props with an Oscar award.
Why isn't Barbie getting an Oscar nom? Why is Ken getting one and not Barbie?
Do we ask this question anytime somebody's up for like a Best Actor award? I mean,
all
sometimes,
the time.
No, I don't.
We always say, why this person, not that person?
So every movie you go, why? Why did the guy that played Hannibal Lecter get it, not the female?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You don't do that with.
Yes.
So you're saying there should be a his
Jodie
and hers.
Foster's her name.
I couldn't. It's early. We just got back. I couldn't think of Jodie Foster. You know, the woman that was Hannibal. But I honestly think that sometimes can we just appreciate his performance? It doesn't mean she did a bad job.
You haven't seen it yet. You have not seen it
but
yet.
But the critics clearly have, Sam. They're not going off trailers.
They're giving a lot of credit to Greta Gerwig, the director and writer, who supposedly did a fabulous job, to your point, writing a very comical,
What about the assistant
movie.
Director?
To your point, a lot of the critics are applauding Ryan Gosling's performance as Ken. I love Ryan Gosling.
So regretfully.
No, I'm
making an anti-Ryan face.
No,
I'm not making
yes. Me and Jeff are pro.
First of all, I did not make an anti-Ryan face. I have not seen the movie. My only point to your point was, when do we ever say this person should have been nominated as opposed to that person?
Is that what I sound like in your head?
That's.
That was semi-Roosevelt. She was with Roosevelt all week, so it came out.
What do you guys think about all the different products? Because now we are getting Barbie rollerblades, like anything you can think of. Barbie earrings, Barbie backpacks. Do you like this resurgence of Barbie? Look at this. Look at this. That's kind of cute.
This is a capitalism dream, because the amount of the spectrum of merchandise that people are able to do. I mean, you have everything from Balmain to this is accessible stuff, and then there's going to be, of course, these high-end designers are going to be doing Barbie-inspired themes. I mean, when Gucci came out, they released, or the Lady Gaga House of Gucci movie,
Stone Creamery.
They released an entire Gucci capsule that was based on the movie and the movie coming out. So this is this movie's coming out and everyone will be able to have a piece of it, and people are going to buy it.
Why do you think people are going to buy it?
Because it's nostalgia.
Right.
And as controversial as Barbie became, and still people feel a particular way about Barbie, you can't erase the parts of Barbie and the parts of the pop culture that we all grew up with. That's not going to go away. So for this to be reimagined in some way, which sounds to be very intellectually and flexibly thought out in this movie, is interesting to people.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I mean, when you talk about Barbie, there are very few things, especially, in this world of the internet where everything is fractured, where somebody can say, have you heard of this rapper? And 3 of us haven't, and one of us is our favorite rapper. I think with Barbie, everybody knows who that is before you even get started, and that's a big deal in terms of marketing, not having to introduce a product to the general public. So now you say, remember this thing that gave you a great feeling when you were 8? Well, it's back, and now you can afford it.
It's not even back. Barbie's been there. Go down the Target aisle. Barbie, 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 Barbie.
But I mean, in the public, it seems like you're just spending a lot of time in one aisle.
My daughter likes the princess aisle and the Barbie aisle, so Barbie's alive and well.
But I mean, for everybody to be thinking about Barbie.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I like it because it reminds me of summer, like the hot pink, the neon. I want those Impalas.
That looked kind of cool. I didn't know. Did they name the car after that, or vice versa?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably vice versa. Cute. Okay, let's look at the poll results. Let's see. Are you going to go see the new Barbie movie, DBL Nation? 64% of you say nope.
And we just spent 3 hours talking about it.
If you got grandkids, you're going to see that.
Yeah, you are. Coming up on DBL, our interview with the hilarious Mikey Day. He's telling us all about the latest season of his hit Netflix show, Is It Cake? And Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk go head-to-head as Meta launches a new app that rivals Twitter. We're going to talk all about it next.
DBL, this show is amazing.
There's a lot going on down here.
I would have been part of the Mile High Club.
Yeah.
So on point.
But I want to have a conversation about what's happening now.
Jeff, I don't know why it got me thinking about it. Do you remember the scene in that movie Big?
Yeah.
With when they had to pitch when they were in the pitch meeting for the toy company.
Okay.
He pitched the building, and he goes, I don't get it. I don't get it. It turns into a bug.
Yeah.
It made me think about that.
Oh my God, I forgot about that
remember
part.
That? He goes, what's fun with playing with a
Yeah.
building? Do you remember Big?
I totally know what you're talking about.
When he went back into the pitch
And he
meeting as a
flips
kid,
out.
but he was an adult, and he took apart that guy's idea. Erica, if you didn't see Big,
I
Yeah.
did see it.
what do you remember about
I
it?
remember
What's your
the
favorite
piano
scene?
I know,
scene in
everyone-
FAO
of
short.
course.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Everyone
dun, dun,
remembers
dun.
that
See,
part.
why you trying to point me like
I
that?
remember
was
the
the
part
apartment
because
with
he
the
gets,
Pepsi
he gets
machine.
mad about it.
Oh God,
That's
yeah.
funny. I forgot.
It's a great
Well,
scene.
also that genie thing at every boardwalk really freaked me out.
Zoltar?
Oh,
Yeah.
they have that like in Venice Beach and stuff.
Yeah, that
Zoltar and
always
stuff.
freaks me out.
Did you?
Cruz at the beach.
Yeah.
Sam, what's your favorite scene from the movie Big?
My favorite scene, probably when they nibble on the little mini corn on the
Oh
cob.
yeah, that's a good scene. I forgot about that.
Or the part where which is so inappropriate now, where they talk about sleeping over, and he's like, "I'll."
Oh,
I'll take the top.
Yeah, you can
bunk
take
bed.
the top bunk.
Yeah, but it's the kid
Right.
is really a 10-year-old, and he's about to sleep with a 40-year-old.
It's a very weird. It's one of those things that people did not think about in the '80s
Yeah.
at all. But I just remember like being a kid and looking at that. That's what I do now. Is I go back and I look at those old '80s movies. Eric, I know you love Ghosts, but I look at that apartment in Brooklyn that apartment is probably like a $4.5 million
easy,
apartment.
easy,
It's like-
easy.
It's
Yeah.
just back then. There's just junkies in it.
Like the,
Yeah, it's like
Lots of opinions on this next story. Welcome back. Here's a question for you. Is Twitter going to go the way of other big tech companies that have gone bust, like MySpace or Netscape? That's the question we're asking after Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg launched his own version called Threads, directly taking on Twitter and its CEO Elon Musk. And so far, Threads is killing it, with more than 100 million users signing up in the first 5 days. Now, on the day it launched, Zuckerberg tweeted out this meme poking fun of the fact that he launched a lookalike version of Twitter. Elon, of course, has responded, calling Zuckerberg names, some of which are not daytime TV friendly. So what do you think of this? And do you think that Twitter could end up going bust? Now, you've already signed up for Threads.
I have.
Why do you think it's so successful?
First of all, it's very user-friendly in terms of transferring your information. I'm not here to stump for Threads. I haven't even posted yet. For somebody that's like, let me see what you just put your account in, and it transfers your followers, who you're following.
All your followers go with you?
Yes, if you're verified, that goes too.
The verification.
Yes, it takes probably under 25 seconds to do this, Eric. I did it on my couch, not even really wanting to do it. And I just think in terms of Twitter going away, it's like they said in that movie Mo Better Blues. If you play what people like, the people will come. And Twitter is not playing what people like.
The Field of Dreams quote?
If you build it, they will come.
Oh, yeah. I'm more of a
That was
Denzel fan.
that was an obscure reference.
You don't remember Mo Better Blues?
Not as much as Field of Dreams. If I was going with a reference, I would have went with that one. But yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I think the verification thing is going to be key. Really, Twitter just got to a place where, where most other social platforms were compensating and paying creators, you have Twitter over here saying you pay us, and also the things that gave you safety and authentication and all of these things are no longer. You don't know who's who on Twitter. Like, the platform is, yeah, it's like I'm constantly, if I go on Twitter, which isn't very often, I'm constantly looking at like, well, is this the real person or is this somebody pretending to be them? You can't really trust the sources on Twitter because even actual news sources and journalists aren't verified and their names are being used by other people. It is a disaster. So I think the battle between, if you want to really make it Zuckerberg and Musk, the only difference, in my opinion, that really stands out to me as a consumer is Musk seems to be this whole entity. He's like he's a presence, where Zuckerberg seems to be a little bit less, a little under the radar with things. So this was actually like the most genius move for Meta. I don't know. I think it could mean the end of Twitter.
Oh, what do you think, Jeff?
I don't know. It's so strange how everything gets political, and I think this is political, right? I'm going to use Threads because it's Zuckerberg, and I'm a fan, and I'm not a fan of Musk. I don't know if I'd be touting the fact that I copied someone else's platform, and now I'm going to do that again. Isn't that kind of how Facebook got started? He got accused of stealing that, and now he's stealing Elon Musk's idea again. So I don't know if I'd be like going around bragging about that. But for me, I stopped using Twitter way before Musk jumped on. I didn't like the rhetoric on there. I didn't like the way people talk. You don't know who people are on there. So if Threads kind of gets rid of some of that, some of the bots, more identification of who people are, that's what's going to bring me over to that platform, not who the people are who make it.
That's a great point.
I don't think anyone cares. I was just saying the difference in terms of like a finger to be pointed at. Like, there's just a difference in how they've been moving in general. I don't see it as being political at all. I think it's more about user friendly. It's also about the fact that a lot of us make an income off of social media and creators in general. So it's not about who is going to be better in terms of who I like. For me, it's 100% like, me as a creator, am I being looked at as a value as a creator? So whoever does that is going to change the game.
Interesting.
I want to change the game.
You do?
I want to.
Oh, then change it.
Later.
Stop
Maybe start with your references.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with the SNL comedian Mikey Day. Wait until you hear the SNL sketch idea he has for the DBL hosts.
Be honest, do you ever really put down your phone? If you're like most people, you need to charge your phone pretty often to keep up. Verify viewer Kathy emailed us to ask if it's true that you can impact the life of a battery by waiting to charge your phone until it's dead. So Kathy, let's verify. Does letting your phone's battery die before recharging extend the battery's lifespan? Our sources are cell phone makers Apple, Google, and Samsung, and Osaruman Ibn Ejesu with battery replacement franchise Batteries Plus. Most cell phone batteries are lithium-ion, which requires a lot of energy to charge from dead to 20% and from 80 to 100%. Cell phone makers Apple, Samsung, and Google say the energy generates a lot of heat, which hurts the battery.
If that's your common practice, that's not good for the life of the battery.
All of our sources say it's best for the long-term health of lithium-ion batteries to keep a charge between 20 and 80%. Some new phones even limit or slow charging once your phone is at least 80% charged to help keep you from straining the battery. So, no, letting your phone's battery die before recharging does not extend the battery's lifespan. It can actually decrease it. The same advice goes for lithium-ion batteries that are used in power tools, appliances, and other electronics. To find out what kind of battery your device uses, check the instruction manual or label. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. It's a show that'll have you screaming at your TV, trying to answer the question, is it cake? Earlier, we spoke with the show's host, Mikey Day. Just so you know, Mikey was listening to our show beforehand, which had us debating the state of America before talking with him. Let's just say it was a hard turn. Take a look. Welcome comedian, writer, producer, and improv all-star, Mikey Day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that tease coming off your guys' intelligent debate was America needs to get tolerant. All right, coming up, he has a rubber ducky in the background. Please welcome the guy who cuts through hats that are cake.
Yeah, we pivot.
Yeah.
We switch gears.
A little transition there for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like even in our ear, they're like switching gears, and we're like, Mikey Day. Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you? Coming up, smashed through a toilet that was made out of cake.
I think you
welcome, clown Mikey Day. No, thank you guys for having me.
Feel free to pitch this segment on SNL if you want. Make fun of us.
I know that could work.
Yeah, it might
Just
work.
hard
It might work.
transition.
Just make sure you use Sam. She's the head honcho over here. All right, let's get to it.
I think Chloe can play Sam. I feel like I'm casting it right now.
Could you? Then you'd have to be me.
Oh, there you go.
Let me see. I think maybe I could play you, perhaps. I think I would play you.
Yeah. I'll take Michael Che.
Michael Schaefer for Al.
Yeah.
Ooh, Che. All right.
Erica.
Okay.
Who do I get?
Let's see. Ooh, Ego? Yeah?
Ooh, yes.
We'll take it. I think we got the segment.
We just got a segment.
Yep.
Two gorgeous ladies. I think it worked. We just cast it.
It's happening. It's happening.
This would be good, and we could use it for like cold opens, Daily Blast Live. And there'll always be a transition. Like you guys will have an intense debate and then transition to someone like, all right, coming up,
I think it's
he's got a
hilarious.
potato chip that looks like Tom Holland, and he went viral.
It's true. We have an orca story later, so yeah, you've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to you. We could do this all day, and I think we do have gold there. But you're going into season 2. Listen. Are you fooled by any of your cakes? My kids love this show, but what's your personal guessing percentage?
I'm getting better, but I'm definitely fooled by them regularly. Yes, and you would think I wouldn't be because I'm right next to them, but some of them are so good I have to be reminded. Because I'm told before and instructed how to cut them so I can cut them adequately on TV, but sometimes I'll literally forget which one is the actual cake and I'll have to be reminded. So they're really good.
Yeah. That would really intimidate me. First of all, we talk to a lot of celebrities on the show, but like you are a celebrity to my kids, especially my youngest, so I feel like I have to really represent for Florida right now because cake or fake, this is my life. So
kids love it. Kids love the show.
I don't think people understand how huge this show is huge. It is part of what I hear daily. So I have to ask you, you were talking about cutting the cakes. I know how long these must take, so would you even just take the risk and just say, let's stop for a second because I don't know where to cut this, because if you cut it wrong, how terrible would you feel?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because the cut is the most important part after they've baked it, of course. So I'll talk to the baker before, and they'll be like, okay, you have to go right here because right here is like the best place that'll reveal all the pretty cake inside. And sometimes it goes well and other times it's a disaster, which I've been sent plenty of messages on social media of people being like, you cut cake like an 8-year-old and I'm angry now. And I'm like, why are you so angry?
I know. Yeah, we've had some of those people write us too.
Yeah.
Okay, we only have a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, we only have a minute left. You were a writer in SNL before you were a cast member. So what was the audition like that won over Lorne Michaels?
I'm not sure. I think it was some sort of magic. I'm still in awe when I think, oh yeah, I'm on the cast of SNL. It's very surreal to this day to think about.
So cool.
I'd say you're doing okay.
Yeah, you deserve it, man. You're hilarious. You're hilarious.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Aww,
thank you.
We love you.
That's very nice of you
And we
guys.
can't wait to see our segment on
I honestly am going to try and do I'm going to at least write it, a Daily Blast Live, with just hard transitions after nuanced, intelligent debate to like someone
Just
like
ridiculous.
me with a rubber ducky in the back.
You nailed it. You nailed it. DBL Nation, do not miss season 2 of Is It Cake? It's streaming now on Netflix. Mikey, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on all your success. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, guys.
In June, the USDA approved the sale of chicken made from animal cells for the first time in the United States. That's right, no egg and no bird, just cells grown in a lab. This approval gives 2 California companies, Upside Foods and Good Meat, the green light to sell cultivated or lab-grown chicken in the U.S. And now verified viewers, including Sandy and Yvonne, want to know if cultivated chicken is being sold in U.S. grocery stores. So let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food Safety and Inspection Service, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, Ricardo San Martin, director of the Alt Meat Lab at the University of California, Berkeley, Upside Foods, and Good Meat. The short answer here is no. Lab-grown chicken isn't being sold in U.S. grocery stores, but that isn't because it isn't safe to eat. The FDA and the USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service have given it their seal of approval. It's actually because cultivated chicken meat is much more expensive than farmed chicken meat. Upside Foods and Good Meat grow their chicken meat cells inside a cultivator. The cells are fed nutrients and vitamins for growth. When they're big enough, the cells are shaped into a range of meat products, including cutlets, nuggets, shredded chicken, and sattés. The whole process takes a few weeks. But according to Ricardo San Martin, director of the Alt Meat Lab, the process for creating cultivated meat in the U.S. isn't scalable to the mass market yet. So instead, Upside Foods and Good Meat, the 2 federally approved vendors, are selling exclusively to restaurants for now. So we can verify, no, lab-grown chicken isn't being sold in U.S. grocery stores. But it likely will be one day, when the production and distribution costs make it a more profitable process. And just like farm-raised meat, it will bear the same USDA seal of approval found on all meat products, because it is subject to the same inspection process as conventionally produced meat. With your Verify, and a lot of grocery shopping to do, I'm Ariande Till.
We're working on learning everything we can about Threads to help you stay looped in on the new app. And that includes reading the terms and conditions. How do Twitter and Threads treat your personal data? Let's verify.
Much of their legal language is the same. On both platforms, you own the content you post, as long as that content wasn't copyrighted. Both companies' terms say you're giving them and everyone else on the platform the right to use, share, and modify your content without having to pay you. Threads' parent company Meta adds if you want to delete a post, it could remain on their servers for 90 days before it's fully removed. They both collect a lot of data about who you are, where you are, your friends, and your interests, both sharing that data with advertisers, partners, and even law enforcement during investigations. Data is also used in research and development to make the apps better. Meta also shares your data with researchers. Twitter says it also collects content of direct messages sent privately on the platform. While Threads does not have that feature yet, Meta says it doesn't use the content of private Instagram or Facebook messages for targeted advertising.
The head of Instagram says the company is still working on additional features, like messaging, the chronological timeline, and other features users are asking for. As the algorithm changes, we'll keep an eye out for how your data usage may change as well. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.